always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but I never got around to trying it. Until now. I have an agent who has managed to get me a gig. And I'm bricking it. So I get up, apply one layer of hyperallergen, then one layer of anti-irritant, followed by a light layer of soothing moisture cream, finish off with a dab of anti-inflammatory balm. Then, because I can't blink, I apply eye drops. On the hour, every hour. I have to set my alarm to do this during the night too. It really is no wonder I'm single. Followed by a liberal participation in some high-strength pharmaceutical medication. Subsequently, topping all of this off with coffee, toast, a fag, newspapers, alcohol, and vomiting. And repeat all. I have a special car, a special pillow, a special sofa, a special computer, a special fridge, a special place in my heart. I am special. Needs. I'm special needs.
For many years, actor Jon Reynolds was better known by millions of television viewers across the world as the much-loved character COD, star of The Muppet Show, Sesame Street and MASH. His career spanned 2 very successful decades, winning multiple awards and gathering great acclaim, including an Oscar for Best Comedic Performance in the short film Muppet. Jon was born with a condition known as Forbes-Ritty syndrome. Only 5 people have ever been documented with having this condition, and Jon is now the only surviving person. Forbes-Ritty syndrome reduces growth and increases hair production, mutating follicles and causing unusual colouring. It also causes mouth movement to appear out of sync with the voice produced, commonly known as puppeteer's wrist.
You know, I've got fond memories of growing up with the Muppets. They weren't like I was. I looked like them on a surface level, but they had operators, they had puppeteers, they had men underneath them. I have an inside, I have lungs, I have a heart, I have organs, liver, kidneys, spleens. Some people say, oh, you got a man's hand up your ass, you know? I mean, it's annoying, because I haven't got a man's hand up my ass, and I wouldn't want a man's hand up my ass either, you know? And no offence to anyone out there who may like that, but I don't.
Jon is now 43 years old, 3 years older than the current life expectancy of Forbes-Ritty syndrome sufferers. Dazzled by the media limelight that had shone upon his career, Jon became seduced by fame and fortune and soon found himself involved in the more sinister side of being a well-known personality, including drugs, drink, gambling and Muppet pornography. After a string of film and television successes, the offers of work began to dry up, and Jon found himself going back to the genre that had springboarded his career,
Zombie zombie dick. Zombie zombie dick. Zombie zombie dick. Zombie zombie dick. Zombie zombie dick.
So, boils and germs, what we're going to be doing this week is putting stuff on COD's head. That's right, and you can decide what that stuff is by ringing in this number at the bottom of the screen, and remember to get the permission of the person who pays the bill, whether that's your mum or your dad, or someone that just comes around your house and looks at you funny whilst you're lying on the settee, watching dog is dog a dig, whatever. So what we
I didn't want to do it, but I had to pay the bills, and I hated every second I was on it. The experience was extremely unpleasant. They had an agenda. They had some issue with me. I don't know what it was, but they wanted to hurt me physically and emotionally. It really was very traumatic. And they pushed and they pushed, and eventually I just couldn't take it anymore.
In 2004, Jon's film and television career came to an abrupt end with the now infamous outburst on live national television.
That's it then, boils and jibs. The final vote is in, and you have decided that COD will in fact have a nice bowl of cold camel vomit all over. No!
He became a national outcast and was hounded by the press for months on end. After his arrest and subsequent prosecution, Jon found it impossible to find work in the United Kingdom, so moved to the one place where he knew he could still find employment in media production: Iraq.
Allahu Akbar! 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 It wasn't the kind of work that I was used to doing, but I was happy to be working, and I was inspiring people. People listened to me, they looked up to me, they took inspiration from what I said. How can that ever be a bad thing?
Jon has since retired from the media spotlight, choosing to live a more secluded life in suburbia. After several years of applying for funding, Jon has received notification that he's been accepted to East Westfield Research Hospital. They are the leading authority in the UK for treating Forbes-Ritty syndrome, so for Jon this has come as a real breakthrough. And now perhaps he has the hope that he's been searching for. James Greenwood also suffered from Forbes-Ritty syndrome. He and Jon were lifelong friends, although James didn't work as an actor and preferred not to be involved with Jon's more salacious lifestyle. James sadly passed away 5 years ago. For Jon, this was an abrupt reminder of what having Forbes-Ritty syndrome could mean to him.
He was a good friend. I mean, he'd had a hard life, but he was never bitter or sad. He just got on with things. He used to say, "Sod it. What's the worst that can happen?" Well, for him, it was death.
Do I miss being famous? Absolutely yes.
Hello? Yeah?
It's the day of the tests. John's both excited and afraid of what this will involve.
Today, I feel like there is something else happening and I will be okay. It's strange, really, because I've waited so long for this day to arrive and now it's finally here. I don't really know how to feel. No, do I feel excited? I guess, but it's difficult. You know, I think you have to remain positive. You know, how else you get out of bed in the morning? You know, there's so much negativity around, you have to think that the best will happen, you know, and I do, I really think the best will happen today. I don't believe in God, and I'm not religious, but I guess now we'll know.
Please, have a seat.
Now we'll know.
Right, so, John. There's no easy way of telling you this. You have 4 weeks.
Well, I was told I was getting the results today.
John, those are the results.
Sorry.
We also have some more tests we'd like to conduct. I was hoping to schedule you in for tomorrow morning. John? John? Mr. Reynolds? Is it okay for further tests?
Actually, Doctor, no, it's not okay. I've got a few things that I need to do.
Look at me, scream.
Jon is on his way to London to perform his first ever stand-up comedy routine, and as expected, is extremely nervous about what lies ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
They don't want you to do the stuff about rapists.
The one person referred to the fact that they had a rapist's wit. It's not really something you would associate with a rapist. Otherwise they would be talking their way into the victim's knickers rather than actually beating and slapping.
And they don't want you to do the stuff about whacker, 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 whacker. How many whackers was that?
4.
4 whackers.
Waka 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 waka. Is that what you're expecting? Did you know that he gets paid £10 for every waka f***ing waka that somebody says? So how much is that he's had from me tonight? £20. Oh, thank you. £20. No, £80. £80. That's £80 from saying waka waka. £90.
They don't want you to do the stuff about Kermit. That's a frog, right?
He said that it's not easy being green. You are a frog. I'm purple. What the f is purple? Apart from me, flowers, and Parma violets.
And they want you to tone down the language.
I don't know, it's a mess, basically.
I have got a list of words you can use. We've got frick, frig, shiz, shizzle, mud flaps, not flaps on their own, winky, sticky.
If I've learnt one thing, it's don't waste your days trying to prolong them. Dying is easy, but comedy's really difficult.
Cocky, not cock, and stinkhole. How does that sound?
Bollocks.